Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. We are continuing our readings with regards to Cajairah Fraise, a beautiful 22-year-old woman, mom to be. She was 35 weeks pregnant at the time of her disappearance in February 23rd, 2023 out of Beaumont, California. She hasn't been heard or seen since, and I encourage you to check out part 1. I did a very detailed oracle reading, a 1-hour detailed oracle reading. So you know I was digging. So now we're at the point of doing the tarot and oracle reading. I have some questions, some of which the questions were already kind of answered in part 1, but I still left them up there just in case the tarot will offer any additional insights. Okay, so I don't imagine that this video is going to take an hour like the detailed opening oracle reading did. Check it out. It is time stamped, and this one I plan to make time stamped as well, so you can check out the description box down below to hop around to the different questions. All right, I am sipping on my coffee, so don't mind me. I am recording this on Sunday, October 8th, 2023 at 1 o'clock p.m. All right. I know you're like, you're drinking coffee at 1? Yes, I will drink coffee at least 1 cup a day. If it has to be in the early morning, yay. If it's in the afternoon, that's fine. But I get my 1 cup in. All right, so first question is, what was the nature of the argument between Cajairah and her family members? The Empress. So that's interesting. Some sort of argument between women or between mothers. So mom and, so maybe the mom of Cajairah was really the one kind of voicing some concerns, some opinions. Maybe that's who the argument, it was starting to get heated, you know. So the Empress also could be about what they were talking about. Maybe not necessarily just who they were talking about. We know that Cajairah was pregnant and she's a mom. We got a small child here, a beautiful little baby. And then we have her mom that was in the vehicle, right? So clearly the Empress is that mother figure, but it also can represent the topic of motherhood. So yeah, let's see if we can delve a bit deeper. And the only reason why I'm delving into this is because we don't have a lot of information on her last moment seen out and about, like with her family. And we don't even know like the full nature of the argument. Like, was it something so catastrophic that she's just going to storm off? Or was it something inconsequential and she snaps? Those kind of little details helps us to know, you know, what state of mind someone is in. So it's just interesting to me that that information was never shared, but it is their private business. I can totally respect that. But it may help us to understand, you know, what's going on here. So I'm going to use the situations oracle. What was the nature of the arguments between her and the family just before she walked off? Escapade. That's her wanting to leave, wanting to get away, wanting to run away. Okay. As a mother, somebody wanting her to run away, someone expecting her to run away. Anxiety, retaliation. All right, so again, motherhood, someone maybe saying, you know, you're going to try to run away, or maybe someone threatening to run away, or someone feeling the need to get away. So needing a break from a situation that was causing great anxiety, being scared or panicked. This person's holding their phone too. You know, she didn't have, I don't believe she had her cell phone. Yeah, she did not have her cell phone. She just walked off. Most people would not do that. Most people who are expecting a baby and who's in their, you know, the last term, the final trimester, the third trimester, would probably always have their phone, and they would never dream of walking off into a cold, wintry night. It's just odd to me. So anxiety, feeling some sense of heightened anxiety and retaliation, punish, payback, revenge. It's interesting. So there was something going on mainly, allegedly, between a female, okay? A female, mainly. And it was anxiety producing, and somebody felt the need to retaliate. Now, I suppose you could say Cajairah could have wanted to retaliate. She could have been the one that was like, I'm done. I'm going to punish you all. I'm going to make your life hell by walking away. It could be that, or somebody could have retaliated and took her, taken her away. We did see the kidnapped card. But then this is again, we always have to remember the context of the question. The question was, what was the nature of the argument between her and her family in the vehicle before she got out? So something to do with motherhood or between two mothers. Escapade is about needing to escape a situation, run away, get away. Anxiety, high anxiety, too much anxiety, and retaliation. Someone wanting to punish or seek revenge or seek payback as it relates to this situation. So the argument was no doubt heated, and as a result, all of this precipitated. I'm not going to leave this on the table, I guess. Maybe I'll tuck it away, because I think I may ask for questions on clues on who may have knowledge of what happened. We have crooked teeth, someone with pronounced crooked teeth, buck teeth, underbite, overbite, missing tooth where it looks like a gap, or crooked, something of that nature, something about their crooked smile, crooked teeth, something about their mouth, something about the mouth and the teeth. So I'll stick that over here for now. So that's the nature of the argument. Clearly she was angry enough to leave the vehicle, but what isn't clear is what may have happened after she left. Okay, after she got out. Did anyone follow her? I don't know all those details. Everyone probably should have known that her phone was in the car, and how dire of a situation it was to have a pregnant woman just get so angry. And I've been pregnant several times in my life. I know how emotions can run really high when you're expecting. You can be very emotional because of all the hormonal changes, and sometimes you might do something irrational. But I don't know. Something is interesting to me about the retaliation card. Who was retaliating against who? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Now we want to know, Spirit, what happened to her? What happened to Cajairah? I'm using the New Era Elements Tarot. Son of Earth, okay. The Lovers in reverse. Okay, what happened to her? Using my true crime. Secrets reveal. Propaganda. Wrong one. That's interesting. I grabbed the wrong deck. Don't mind me, I don't have all my coffee. That's from my defining characteristics, but I meant to grab the rest of this one. Let's see what... Oh my gosh. The Lovers. The Lovers. It's interesting that Spirit is not giving us... I don't think that as of yet we've got anything that represents like harm or anything like that. Okay, so I don't know what to make of that. We have Son of Earth, so this is a male depicted. Someone, you know, it could be young. This card jumped when I accidentally mixed up my two decks. I'll put that one here. I got it from there. So we have young. Someone young who knows, again, on his cell phone, he knows something. Maybe someone knows a bit more about this situation. We keep getting cards about lovers, affairs, something, temptations. There's a lot of cards that come up in the opening oracle reading. I think it's important that you all check that out because it's interesting to me that we have the Lovers in reverse, love gone wrong. Then we have the Lovers out of my Secrets Reveal Oracle True. You know, it's like this deck, 160 cards, and then we get this card with the Lovers. So someone being in the know, a male, I don't know if she has siblings or not, like a brother, a cousin, knowing about this situation, needing to talk more about it. A family member who's a male. Earthly matters. The Lovers in reverse is interesting to me. What happened to her as a result of whatever situation happened. No more somebody not feeling the love, but you know, between two people. It was like it was dooming her. It was like the end of her. We got here propaganda. So when I think of a card like this, I think of what is the narrative being put out about her disappearance. Is there a narrative? And if so, what is it saying? Is it saying she just ran away? And that could be how the police are taking it because that's what the story is, what people are putting out. Or is it that, you know, someone took her? Is there a story? Because I'm going to tell you this. There was a news article, and it's very scant details out there, news articles about her disappearance. But the Beaumont police was saying that the family wasn't helping in the search for her, and the family rebuked that, saying, no, that's not true. The Beaumont police hasn't been helping. I thought that was an interesting exchange between law enforcement and a family who has a missing person. I don't know that. So it's like there's a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to this, and we have to be careful about that because it could be covering up something that is bigger. We have the cover-up card in the opening oracle reading. So we have to be careful about what is a face value that's being put out and what's really beneath the surface, what's going on at a deeper level. Water drowning in a situation. Addiction. Now, addiction can represent actual addiction of consuming substances or addiction to gambling or you know, all sorts, shopping, anything you could be addicted to. But it also, when you're talking about a love situation, it could be obsession. It could, and I think the obsession oracle card did come up in part 1. It could be addicted to a person, addicted to a situation, and that leading to someone, you know, drowning or someone being just felt underwater in a situation, felt overwhelmed. So what happened to her is basically there was some sort of situation that overwhelmed her. Someone made a choice that they cannot come back from or feel like they can't come back from. And that's because they were addicted to something or someone as it relates to her or her disappearance. And now there's a whole machine of information coming out about her disappearance. When in fact, you know, She could be in a body of water. She could be near a body of water. She could be just the feelings of underwater and the need to escape. Okay? To escape. I don't know if I'm getting anything directly saying that she's been harmed, but I do think with the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle that there's a good chance, God forbid, that she may not be with the land of the living. That doesn't necessarily mean someone caused that, but I'm sensing some level of retaliation, foul play, something going on in this situation with her. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay. We want to know, Spirit. I'm going to move these. Hold on one second, friends. I got to shift some stuff around. Okay, so now we're moving to question number 3, which is, who is responsible for her disappearance? Is it herself, like she wandered off? Is it someone else? And if so, if the someone else is it family, friends, lover, someone new, someone old? Hold on, I want one to 2 cards on the table. A newish connection, Ace of Water. Who's in the know? The Emperor. Oh. Who's in the know? We already have that a young person has some key information. Doesn't necessarily mean a young person did it, but it could be a young person that is a relative, or it could be someone who's young who knows a bit more about the situation. We also got crooked teeth. Now I'm going to pull... Ace of Water is about something like a new love with a father figure of some sort. Emperor. Father figure, put someone in a position of authority. I did mention that she was a part of a church, I believe. And some people were, I don't know. This could have just been, again, part of the propaganda, but, you know, somebody was trying to say that the church felt cultish, but when I Googled the church, I didn't see anything that alluded. It just seemed like a regular church. But I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean by regular church? Like, no, just like you go in Sundays. They're very, you know, like a Christian church. But maybe there's something deeper there. Nicely dressed. Friendly demeanor. So someone who comes off very friendly, who's nicely dressed. And striking appearance. Nicely dressed, friendly. Like a fatherly influence. You know, has a position of power or in authority, rules over a household, a business, a church. I don't know. It's interesting to me. Whatever this is, it feels newish, I guess you could say. Ace of Water, new love, new connection, new relationship, something budding as it relates to this person here. This person is nicely dressed, friendly demeanor, striking appearance. Like you would, you know, some people can blend in and others cannot because they've got something about them that's very striking. That's the feel I get. We got the Virgo card. It could represent a Virgo, or it could just represent someone whose strengths are hardworking, diligent, modest, and loyal. Kind of goes with the Emperor energy, although Emperor's like with Aries, but that energy of groundedness and you know, that's what I'm thinking of. weakness, critical, perfectionist, overthinker, and the horse. So potential years that this person could be associated with. 1942 seems a long ways away. 1954, 1966, 1978, 1990, 2002, well, I don't think 2014 or 2016 are applicable, but I would say somewhere in the range of either 1978 to 2002 for something key with this emperor person. All right, put y'all over there. Next question. Let me just pause here because I'm going to be time stamping. I forgot I was going to do that. Interesting question. So I want to know, what was the nature, like her actual baby's father, what was the nature of the relationship between her baby's father and Cajairah? We have the Hermit in reverse, the Star. Okay. What's the nature of this relationship? I didn't really see any pictures with them together, but there's like a Facebook group, and a couple of people confirmed who he was, that he was the baby's father. So you could, as people do, look at the social media. And yeah, I didn't check out hers too much, but I did pop over to him, and I don't know. I'm not feeling using this deck either, but nevertheless, I did get a sense that no one was really like emphasizing or being concerned or suspecting him for whatever reason. I don't know. The Hermit feels very far gone to me, and that there was a healing happening in this separation between the both of them. The Hermit, what I mean by that is when it's in reverse, it's like you could either look at it one of two ways. You could look at it as someone who is about to emerge from being a hermit in a hermit life, solitude, withdrawn, or it could mean that somebody goes into hyper hermitness, over withdrawal, isolation, to the point where you're just literally off the grid. The Star is about a healing of a situation needing to happen, or it was on its way to happening. Bad news, finding out. Not getting a great sense with this connection. Let's see what else. Anything else, Spirit? One card, please. Is there any love there? Deep into the shadow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so it's complicated, but it's not. Like, sometimes you could just be like, okay, she could have been hopeful. He could have just been literally checked out. Maybe not ready to be a father, some kind of energy around that. Or maybe coming around at the last moment to be involved. Interestingly enough, we have the Star. Star represents the time period of January 21st to February 20th. And she went missing on February 23rd. So maybe this is just telling us that, yes, there was some separation. There was times when they were not seeing eye to eye. And then as we moved into the Star period, there was a hope. We do, though, get some interesting cards from the Oracle. We have Furious, Angry, Rage. This is from the Untold Truth, Hidden Dark Secrets Oracle by My Ugly Truth Tarot. And somebody was furious or angry. When you're a young parent and you're not married to your partner and you both aren't seeing eye to eye, it's natural that you're going to experience, some differences, at the very least, arguments, contention. I'm not saying that was necessarily their case, but I mean, this is the cards that came up. And it's all alleged. Bad news, negative information, somebody finding out something that was of high concern. Bad news. Then someone giving the silent treatment, blocking someone, ignoring someone. And that's the nature of their relationship. And we've got envy, jealous of you, or threatened. Someone being envious or like upset or jealous of someone. Maybe jealous of a new love or jealous of rumors of love. And then we got deep into the shadow. Now, this speaks to that hermit energy. Somebody really depressed, really down, or just really isolating. Maybe they are almost recluse mode at times, or wanting to pull away. And something happening during the star period where it was like the calm before the storm. Okay. I'll just put that there. Okay, so I thought I was recording. Wasn't recording. So the next question that we had was, where is she, or clues on where she may be located. And these were the cards that jumped. First, we got the Sun. Okay. 6 of Cups, or 6 of Water. And it's a place of nostalgia, a place where memories were had, a sweet place for her, sweet memories. Then we have the Universe, somewhere, that she considered her whole world. I got a hit that this is like a spiritual place. Okay, could be a place of worship with this particular Universe card. Traditionally, the World in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, but her world, somewhere close to home. I kept feeling that way because we kept getting house cards in part 1's reading. And of course, then from my Sacred Spaces Oracle, we got the home card. Somewhere close to home. We also, in part 1, got 0 to 15 kilometers. So that's telling me that 0 to 15 kilometers, it's not very far from home. I don't know how far home was from the Jack-in-the-Box for her. Was this passing through? I don't know. I don't know if they just decided to go out to dinner and it's just down the street. Not much details I could find. If you all know, please drop a comment down below. Now, I do get a sense that she's out now in nature, but whatever it happened to her is central to home or house. And I say that because Spirit keeps directing us towards the house. It's a place where it felt, when you go into an ice cream shop, you smell all the smells and you taste things and it's sweet and it feels good and it feels safe and it feels lovely. That could be what it was for her until it wasn't anymore. I don't know, but maybe somewhere near her home, in her home, around her home, very close to home, a place of memories. So it would be interesting to know not exactly, but what city or what neighborhood does she live in relation to the Jack-in-the-Box? Where was her church? There's something like in her element here, in a nature area. We've got the Sun. Spirit is like, clearly it is somewhere like this, or somewhere near her home, or in someone in her home knows more information. We have the Sun with the sunflowers depicted. That's beautiful to see. That could be clues, like a street that has the word sun in it, or sunflower, or maybe a sunflower motif. It could be near a ice cream shop or near an ice creamery, but it also could just be a place that was of sweet memories. It could be just talking to the 6 of Cups here. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to ask, what is her state of being? What is Cajairah's state of being? I'm always hesitant to ask this question nowadays because I sometimes feel like the other cards will have told us. Okay, 6 of Fire in reverse. Being consumed by something. One card, please. The other thing is, in part 1, we got fire, arson, burning down. And we got the 6 of Fire in reverse. What's her state of being? Two of fire. Domination for this keyword for this tarot card, which is Two of Wands. But you see this particular, like, two forces going up against each other, leading to something that may not have been, I mean, could have not been intentional, but some kind of maybe fight ensued. In reverse is telling me maybe she's not with this anymore. I don't know. God, I hope that just means that she just ran away. Look, fair. And I shuffled this deck a gazillion times after the reading last night. Jail. I would imagine that law enforcement has searched the jails, the hospitals, all the places. Concealed, hidden. And Spirit is still not really revealing directly what may have happened. Meeting to her. And sometimes what that means is that Spirit wants to protect us from something. Like, it could be very horrific. I had a recent reading where I kept getting cards like that, where it was not really, it was like, you're not, I think one of the cards was like, you're not prepared to know, or something like that. And then we come to find out that the beautiful woman had been dismembered. It was like just horrific. So, yeah. So I respect it when Spirit is like, nope, you, this is a boundary. We're not crossing it. Okay, so Spirit, is there anything else you can relay about her state of being? Her state of being. No. I'm just going to say this. It feels like some sort of calamity that happened as a result of a fight, a disagreement, her being in an awkward position and having to run for her life. And ultimately, it did not end well for her as a result, again, of something to do. This is not, I mean, I'm not picking up on stranger vibes. I'm picking up on something very intimate. Someone around her was in a mental jail, or wanted to, or she was in a mental jail for a long time. Maybe this could mean a literal mental jail. I don't know. Somebody's contaminating the story, the scene, everything, making it almost impossible to really find out what happened. And then we have concealed or hidden, but we notice here that it's nature, like natural. As a result of meeting with someone she knew, friends. I'm going to put these up here. Some of these are just going to kind of just be a separate picture. Because, yeah. They're not directly answering the question, but they're giving us further insights into the night, like the night either leading just up to her disappearance or just after a meeting. Look, and there's someone standing over there. It looks ominous. Friends might know more about this situation and they're not telling, or maybe they told the police. I don't know, but we don't know as the public. And this is also just saying that, you know, if you're thinking this was stranger danger, sure, it could be that, but I'm not picking up on that. And that she's hidden, and that someone, whoever hid her, contaminated the story, contaminated the narrative, contaminated the scene, the crime scene, or whatever, and that she's concealed. Okay, I'm not getting a good vibe about her state of being, and I'll just leave it at that. So, what's going on with the investigation from Beaumont police? Into, like, is it moving? Will it move? What's happening here? What's happening with the Beaumont police? Temperance. Swiftness. 8 of Wands. I'm not picking up a sense that they necessarily feel that I don't know if they necessarily feel that it's foul play, but I do feel like they swiftly have pushed this off into a file of, you know, there's no evidence of foul play. She's just a missing person, and they file it away where it just sits dormant for a while. I can't shake that feeling. I'll interpret the cards in a minute, but I get a sense that they urgently were trying to find her in the first 8 weeks of her disappearance, but I'm not getting a strong sense that they're, you know, moving now really swiftly like they were before. I'll tell you why in a moment. So we have here temperance, you know, just kind of balancing their resources, only following leads that make sense, swiftly trying to handle things in the beginning, the first 8 weeks following her disappearance, but then thereafter it kind of falling off, and just, if we get more information, we'll act on it. In part 1, we got a cold case card, which is upsetting because it's like, if they're not careful, key witnesses will move away. They will forget things. Hopefully they got statements that we're not privy to. I do get a sense that as time went on, I think that the police did suspect something happened to her. We have drowning and bones. Maybe the fire card in part 1 is just dealing with somebody burning or destroying evidence. We do have a water card here. It could be they got information on like, you know, they say skeletons in the closet. That oracle card literally came out in part 1, as well as bones in the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket oracle reading. So they may eventually stumble across skeletons in the closet or actual bones. Something, you know, to let them know that maybe she's no longer with us. And we have water here depicted. Now, yeah, as it stands now with the investigation, I'm not getting a strong sense that they have a lot to move on just yet. Maybe we will hear more news during the temperance period. Temperance represents the time period of November 21st to December 20th, or maybe they found out something key or critical happened during that time period preceding her disappearance, that as it relates to a motive for potential jealousy. We also have like revenge, retaliation energy. So they may have more information than they're releasing. It's just really frustrating that they're not really coming to the public to say that. It's actually disheartening how law enforcement treats women of color's disappearances. It really is. And I get a sense that they're trying to be balanced here because they have concerns that there's people close to her that they don't want to throw off. They want to give the impression that law enforcement wants to give the impression that they're not really doing anything, to kind of do a sneak attack on whoever they're suspecting may have more information. So it's just a law investigation strategy, if you will, or a tactic. But it's disconcerting to the public because it's like, what are you doing? You know, just at least come out and just say, we're still investigating her. She's still a critical missing person, etc., etc. That's what we would expect from law enforcement. I'm a California tax-paying citizen. Even though I live abroad, I still pay taxes to California, and I expect better. Okay? All right, I digress. We're going to move on to the next question before we wrap up. So now we're going to ask, what is next in the investigation? Don't worry, folks. I'm going to be taking a couple of pictures, so not all the cards will be on the table. We'll have still shots for future use. So what's next in the investigation of Cajairah Fraise's disappearance? We have, interesting, adjustment. Strength. Yeah, strength. Strengthening. Something strengthening. Adjustment. Two of air, equilibrium. Two of swords. Not getting much here in the way of like, there is a strong something of knowing in the background. Law enforcement's walking a tightrope and having to play their cards right. Two of swords could be we get more information in the next couple of months. Two of swords for me represents the timing of 2 months or the season of early winter. I'm recording this as of October 8th, so it could be November, December. So maybe more information coming in, I pray. In terms of what is next, let's see. Will there be an arrest? I don't know. It feels like this case is going to move really slowly for a while, at least from what we know on the, as the public. Maybe the law enforcement knows more. It's going to feel like it's just moving slowly. Let me pull this again. One card, please. What's next? I was hoping we would get some sort of justice card or arrest. Okay, this card jumps. All right. Maybe what I will do, I actually have a meeting. I'm leading a discussion on our introduction into ancestral work today, so I have to hop off here. But maybe what I'll do is I'll come back and go into greater detail about what's next in the investigation, because right now Spirit is only giving us so far up until like the end of the year from what I gather. I mean, I suppose these time frames could be speaking to next year, November through December-ish, with these two cards. But buried, something being buried and being dug up. We saw that with the shovel card in the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. Doctor, someone needing a doctor, medical records, something in medical records that comes to light, a witness, witness statement, somebody who knows something. So these are things that maybe only the family or people close to her or the investigation will know about, but nevertheless, things will be slowly moving along, for things being emerged and coming to the light, as we see with the temperance, or like the strength card. Now, here is adjustment. Again, police having to walk a very tight line, balancing a lot of different things to make sure that they don't mess up the investigation into what happened to her. This could be about an autopsy as well, or some sort of other medical report. And just I find that this person in a courtroom setting, maybe that is down the line. So what I may do, if I have time, or maybe we will table it and I can come back to it later, maybe, to ask a bit more about what's to come in the investigation. That will be the only question we ask with Tarot and Oracle, or, and just do that. So maybe if I have time today after my meeting, then I will circle back. And if you see a part 3, you'll know I had time. And if you don't see a part 3, let me know if you want me to revisit this case further in the comment section down below, and I will. In terms of just looking at what's next, or if a major development happens, we can explore the energy surrounding that development. As I can tell you now, this feels also ominous that something was buried, something like the truth, and it may take a while to come to light. But with these cards, the witness and doctor, it does indicate it will come to light. All right, my friends, I better wrap up. It is getting late, and I only have a few minutes to get started on what I need to do today. I want to thank you so much for joining me to explore what may have happened to this beautiful, beautiful mommy-to-be, Cajairah. We pray for you, my love. We pray for your baby. We want advocacy for you. You are loved, okay? So Thank you all so much for watching. Do me a favor on your way out. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Did you do a reading on this case? What did you think of the cards that have jumped either in parts 1 and 2? You know these cards be talking to one another. I would love to hear from you. All right, my friends. Bye for now.